Okay, so Claude Code has been out for quite a while now. And while I did a video about it when it was first announced, it has really grown quite a lot from that first announcement. And it's certainly been a tool that I've used and gotten used to actually using a command line to use an LLM to get it to update things in a folder, not just for code, but for a whole bunch of things. And probably my only complaint with this has just been how much you can run up a bill very quickly. And I know from talking to other developers that they've certainly felt the same thing. And this brings us to the announcement that has just come out from Google and from the Gemini team, is that they are also releasing a command line interface. So I think some of the ideas from this have been around for quite a while. But certainly seeing Claude Code, I think, made a lot of the Googlers realize that form factor is such a killer form factor of how to use a large language model and how to basically prompt it to get outputs using tools in there, using things like MCPs and stuff like that. And they've gone ahead and made Gemini CLI. And the Gemini CLI is also building on something that's been out for quite a while called Gemini Code Assist, which Google's actually made available for free to developers as well. Now, the biggest factor that really makes this amazing in what Google has actually released is not just the repo and the code. So if we look in here, they're actually making all of this code available. As I'm recording it, it's still a private repo, but I think by the time you're watching this, you'll find that this is an open repo where you can come in, download this and get started. And the instructions are actually very simple. You basically do this npx to start it. And then once you've got it going, you can set up a key. We'll walk through that in a second. I think the two main things here are that one, this is all open, and two, the actual usage limits for this. So to basically use this free of charge, all you have to do is log in using your personal Google account to get a free Gemini Code Assist license. Now that license is going to allow you to use Gemini 2.5 Pro, the full version, 1 million context window, and it's going to allow you to do 60 requests per minute and 1,000 requests per day with no charge. So that's pretty insane when you think about it, that you're able to do so many requests for free with this tool. Now, obviously, if you want to use a key from either Vertex AI or the Gemini AI Studio, you can also do that in here. And that's going to give you even higher rate limits if you wanted to run multiple agents at the same time. And my guess is that's also going to be something that you'll want to do if you don't want anyone training on your data or knowing your data, etc., which has been the standard for Google AI Studio for quite a long time now. So on top of all these requests, you've also got access to things like grounding your prompts in Google Search. A lot of these things are things that are already baked into AI Studio. But one of them that is new is the ability to just put in MCPs in here and to be able to use a variety of different MCPs at the command line level as you go through this. So let's jump into the terminal and actually have a play with this, look at how you can get it set up, and then I'll just give you a quick taste of how you could use this, what you could do, and some examples of actually using it with an MCP, etc. Okay, so once we've run that command to get it started, this is what you will basically see. And you can see that we've got a sort of fancy command line where we can pick the color of this. I'm just going to go for default. And at this point, we can choose to either log in with Google or to use a Gemini API key. Now, once you've gone through and chosen your account and stuff like that, once you've gone through and shown your account, you will see that you've got Gemini Code Assist is now authorized to access your account. Okay, then once you're set up like this with your key, you can basically just type a message or you can basically get something started. So you can see here that I'm just going to start it off by saying, okay, let's make a HTML and JS file that shows off the power of Tailwind. Make sure to bring in Tailwind from a CDN. Now you can see that straight away it's going to start building in there. And you can see it tells us what it's going to make here. And it's going to be, okay, a file for interactive elements, demonstrating a card layout with responsive text and a button that changes styles on click. Okay, so here's the code. Now you'll see this allow this change here. So what we can do is we can either just allow this once and then it will write it. And that means next time we get it to go and do something like this, it's going to ask us again. Or we can just always allow, or if we were using VS Code or something, we could use that. So in this case, I'm going to put always allow. I'm going to see that it's going to keep going. It's probably going to make our JS file now. So it's done all of that. And now it's saying we can open it up and look at it. Okay, so you can see that it's made a card in here. If I click it, we can see that, okay, yep, sure enough, it shows that it's clicked. This is pretty boring though. Let's go and ask it to do something a bit more with this. Okay, so I'm going to put in, this is pretty boring. Build me a landing page with a cat cafe in San Francisco. So while it's just doing that, on the whole, you'll find that there are many things that are very similar to Claude Code here. The way that we can do these things, we can get things started quite easily. And while I started from scratch, I didn't have to, right? I could have actually started from a project and gone in there. And you'll see as this is going along now, it's basically just making all the changes itself and deciding, okay, what it's going to do. Okay, so here we've got our landing page done. Pretty amazing that it's gone and gotten the images, it's gotten the whole thing, it's put together a menu. Okay, it's got pastries and snacks. Really, we should have some cat treats in there. Let's fix this and update it. Okay, so I've added in, please add some cat treats to the menu and also add in an About Us page that shows the cafe is owned by a family of Maine Coon cats. Let's just let that run. So you have the Gemini MD file, and I guess you can think of that as like your rules file or other things that you want to basically put in there as context. Now, as we go through this, we can see how much context we really haven't touched anywhere near what we could do in here. And remember, the key thing about this is that if you just use the Gemini login, then you're using it as a free tool. And that basically means that you're getting all those free calls every day, just like we looked at when we were looking at the blog post in there. Okay, sure enough, now we have some cat treats there and we have an about page. If I click on that, sure enough, we get the about. And we can see that they're Maine Coons. No pictures. We need some pictures of Maine Coons, of course. Okay, so you can notice as the project is getting bigger that we are using ever so slightly more of the context window. So there's only 98% left. Okay, they've updated the about page. Okay, so the about page wasn't working, but sure enough, asking it to fix it, it's replaced it. Not sure this is a Maine Coon, could be, but it's not a family. Okay, we got close, but not quite. Okay, how about we get it to actually make the Gemini.md file? And we can see what is actually going into the Gemini MD file, that we've got some outlines of like, okay, the key features, the technologies used. It's remembered the bit about Tailwind in there. It's using, okay, I didn't realize it was getting the images from Unsplash. Now we know where those images are coming from. And we can see that the goal of this Gemini MD file is to provide this comprehensive sort of overview of the project. So that's certainly nice to see that we could actually go in there. Sure enough, we can come into this Gemini MD file and we could repurpose this. So what I'm going to say is, please add a Flask. Okay, so asking it to create a Flask backend. Sure enough, what's going to do, requirements, app in here, we can see that, okay, it's asking to make the directory for this. Yes, we will allow it to. So do we want it to use makedir? We can basically, I'm going to trust it to do that. The thing is, at any point, you can actually roll back these things. So later on, if you decide that, okay, I don't want it to be able to use move or make a directory or something like that, you can actually go in and roll this back. Now, while that's busy going along there, we can look at the documentation. And I think it's still pretty early days here. Okay, now one of the tools that I think is pretty cool is this memory tool. So this allows you to just save the memory, and we can just come in here and just save a fact in there. That will actually then get put into our Gemini.md file. Okay, so after talking to it, we can see that, okay, it's added the information about the port, etc. in there. And I'm not sure exactly where it's saving the memory, but it certainly is saving what I basically told it. So it's got that memory there somewhere, and it seems to be more than just the Gemini file in there. So one of the cool things is that at any point you can just ask it questions about your repo, and it will go through and actually tell you different things. Okay, so you can see here that I've basically got it to make a virtual environment, activate the environment, install everything in there, and we can see, okay, what it's actually done. And you can see there that, okay, not only has it made the virtual environment, it's done the pip install for us there. It's gone into that environment. Here we can see the source activate the environment, run the actual app. And sure enough, when we come here, we can see we've got our app running on this. Now, because it's a Google product, I can push this. I could use this to basically push to Cloud Run. I could use this for doing a whole bunch of different things in here. And when I finally come out of it, you can see that, okay, I can see how many turns that I've done, how many input tokens, how many output tokens that I got, how many thought tokens that were used overall, and also how many cache tokens going through this. So I'm not sure why it's saying total duration of 2 hours plus when it was really only 20 minutes or so. But we can see the details in here, right? Okay, one of the other things we can do is we can install MCPs in here. Okay, so you can see now when I load it up, I've got my Gemini MD files, but I've also got this one MCP server. And this is because I've just added the Hugging Face MCP server here. And you can see that the Hugging Face MCP server, I've got model search, I've got space search. I've also added into the Hugging Face some actual image generations. So if I wanted to use those for generating, etc. Let's just do a quick search. Let's try to find me the rankers. Okay, so we can see that it returned back a bunch of, quite a lot of Quen re-rankers, which sure enough, I made a video about this. We can see that those ones, that looks like it's correct in there. And then some of them look like they're other versions of those. So like the Onyx version, the GGUF version, that makes sense as well. So I could have even asked it to do something like that. Let's just have a look again what else is in there. I can get model details. I can do a paper search, so that's nice. If I wanted to do something with a paper search in there or a data sets search in there. Okay, so I can say, find me the easy Ghibli space. It looks like, okay, this is a search space. Actually, I'm going to allow all tools from Hugging Face there. Sure enough, we can see that, okay, it's gone through and found these. I found easy Ghibli spaces. We're looking for this one, and sure enough, it's found it, right? It's found the main one that's in there. So I may make some more videos about this, doing different things if people are interested to see. Coming in here, you can actually go and look at the docs and go through these things yourself and see what they've actually got there. You can look at the command lines. So you can see that there are a whole bunch of things for chatting, for if you've got a bug. You've got the MCP one, like you can see that I had before. We've got the memory in there. And we can see also in here, we've got a whole bunch of documentation about the different commands, about themes, about tutorials, about how to actually use this. So clearly the biggest thing here is the fact that you're getting these tokens for free and you're able to do a large number of calls each day for free with this. This is certainly the advantage of this compared to other things that are out there like this. All right, if you've got any questions, please put them in the comments below. I will certainly try and go through them. If people want me to make a specific video showing something from this, let me know in the comments. I might make a couple of follow-ups of just showing some cool things that you can do with MCPs with this as well. All right, as always, if you found the video useful, please click like and subscribe, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye for now.